It's X After Hours Podcast with Mariah and Ty.
Your weekly download of X92.9's X Afternoons extracurricular activities. Enjoy.
This week on X After Hours.
Who is drinking beers after they jog in the morning?
Like, let's crock and roll and get out the door.
I know, it's like a very serious medical condition. I didn't take him seriously until one time he passed out on me.
Sam just ate straight meat on the pod.
Didn't even put any cocktail sauce.
That's the most clippable soundbite of this entire podcast.
I don't know if they picked you up on that, but yeah, sure. Episode 32. We did it. We're in the studio today because producer Logan's on vacation.
Well, we could have done it out in our other break room, as you like to call it, but
this seemed easier.
Yeah, you know what? It's very cold in here. I wasn't a part of me wanting to do this. I wasn't in favor of this. It's very cold in this room all the time.
Give me the warmth.
You got some fakies, didn't you?
Yeah, from BSA Beer. I think this is made out in Quebec. Like, they specialize in non-alcoholic beer, and I thought we've never done this on the podcast, so let's try them.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
What's that taste like? It's ripping off
Orangina.
that fake beer, though. No, what is it? The orange beer.
I don't know.
You know what it is?
Oh,
Belgian Moon?
Stiegel?
Yeah.
Or,
It's
not.
Belgian mood.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Now, cost the same?
A litlittle cheaper.
Okay.
Ty's like, I was tight before next payday.
Well, we
go for
talked
the
about
fakies.
doing a fakeie like the last 3 weeks, so
Yeah.
Fakies are not bad. It's good. It's
drinking
good.
a fakie now and then just to remind yourself that you can, you know. But I'm Ty. You're Mariah. You're Sam, our weekend host and also digital guy.
Hello.
And you're here because you're filming this podcast. So if anything goes wrong, you fix it. Right? Correct? I just thought we haven't introduced this all in a while.
I was like, wow, it's
It's been a while since we've
Formalities.
done that, so I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah, no. It's kind of wild that I gotta say, to credit Sam and also Logan, he's not here, but it's kind of wild that we have this highly produced of a podcast. I don't think really there's any other people out here doing a podcast to this level, you know, unless you're one of the bigwigs in Hollywood or something. But
Hollywood? Yeah, sure.
I feel like for Calgary podcasts, we're doing really good.
But speaking of that, like, I wanted to talk a bit about the things that your friends were shocked about with, I guess, having to do with radio. Because the other day I told my friend something I was doing at work, and he was like, "What? You do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's why you brought this up to me, because here's what happened. The other day, my friend lives out in Manitoba. He said, I thought I heard someone who sounds exactly like you on a radio commercial." And I said, "I hate to break it to you, that is probably me."
Big star
And he
Ty
was-
Look at this
Jordan.
guy.
He was shocked, though. He didn't know we voiced ads here.
Wow.
Do your friends know that? Do they know when they're listening to radio that you could be the voice of the strip club?
They do ask who's that slutty chick on the sweet strip club ads, which is usually me. No, I've actually had that. It was kind of funny. I had that happen to me. There's actually a really good, I don't want to knock them. It's kind of the irony in their jokes, but there is this distillery in Edmonton, and they make a cream liqueur called Thick and Dirty. It's from Hawk Prohibition, but they got me to voice their ads, and I was super pumped to do that. But kind of the joke of it was that I had to read it in this sultry voice, and a few of my best friends had heard the ad play, and they said, "Oh my God, this is great. You are the slutty chick, for lack of better words, on this ad." And I said, "That's me."
That's me. Well, he was asking, he's like, "So when you were on the radio in Winnipeg, were you on commercials like there?" And I just never noticed. And I was like, "Well, probably, but not a lot. You know, my voice doesn't get used a lot. I think they're using me a lot in Regina. I'm on a lot of Regina ads out there."
You're a star.
Yeah, for sure. Come on down to Schlamps, Grenfell, and Holding. I think it's a car detail place. I don't know.
Is that real?
Yeah, they have some weird names out there.
There's nothing
and
wrong with
I do
that.
a lot. Ballers Rec Room. Shout out to Ballers. Always using my voice. Never been there. Maybe one day I'll go.
Wow.
Any of your friends ever find out something weird about this job and they go like, "I did not know that you did that. Had no clue that went on there."
Well, a few of my friends have popped by the studio, and I think they're all surprised at how like relaxed the atmosphere is here. Like, you know, my two best friends, Sarah and Shay, they came here. They saw the titty plant we have out front. They started, you know, taking photos with it and being stupid. They were like, wow, how are you allowed to have this here? I was like, it's a pretty relaxed atmosphere. But no, I think what surprises people when they hear about our job is how we pick the music. And also sometimes you have to record something, like, you know, pull back the curtain a little bit. You're not always there when it's playing. So they're like, oh, wow, how are you in two places at once, or something like that, right? You know?
The magic of it. It's like every TV thing's not live.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're telling me a rerun from 1980 isn't live?
I'm just saying.
No
or maybe
way.
there's no one there even press and play.
Yeah.
That's right. What about you?
My buddies thought that like live, or like the music is picked in live time. Like you go through and pick it from a library.
I think it used to be.
Back
I'm
in the
sure
day,
back in the
probably
day.
rolling off tape off of like
7-inch
actual tape, or like
records.
and then like CD and
But
stuff
I think
like
they
that.
flipped records, though. Like
Yeah.
there was like a big record sorter that would automate it pretty much. But
I know they did CD for a bit, which
Yeah.
was wild to me.
or like, I hate to ruin the magic again, but I think a lot of people are surprised when, like, sometimes phone calls aren't live. Some people take live phone calls, but there's just too much chance with
There's
people fucking
policy.
swearing
Or
and
going
shit.
off on a tangent.
Yeah,
Woo!
so it's like,
So sports radio will do that.
yes, they do.
And occasionally when I'm listening to like one of the other stations here in town will syndicate like some US shows. I know I listen to the radio. But occasionally like things will slip through and then you'll hear like an F-bomb or like even worse on the air because they just couldn't catch it. There wasn't like a delay. It was
Sports
like,
talk radio is like in a world of its own, though, where they can have, like, they just got people that can fill time, so they take those live calls.
I don't know if I could do that.
Sports talk radio. It's
Yeah.
essentially just doing this, but talking sports the whole time.
That would be you'd
Actually,
be great.
that would be
You'd love
pretty
this.
legit.
If
like
all of
a-
a sudden we just shifted gears right now and we're like, hey, do you want to talk about Mario Lemieux's golden years? You'd be like, yeah,
For 20 minutes.
I do.
20 minutes at a time, too. You know?
Who should be the Calgary Flames backup? Let's go on it for 45 minutes.
We could. I wouldn't have an answer for you.
But that's what makes those hosts so good at their jobs, because they're doing like a passion project. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't know. It's more of like a niche community. Like,
You can't really fake it in sports talk radio. I think you'd figure out really quick that that person's full of shit, right?
or you get people phoning in saying you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Hey, we get that here. So.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah, there's not a lot of pressure here to like make up fake text to rile people up, which is nice.
Yeah. I don't like to like pull back the curtain, but I would say like, thankfully at this job here at X929, like this is the job where I feel like you can be the least fake. You know what I mean? I think that's what some people were surprised about. Like when I moved here from Edmonton, they were like, wow, you guys can really like give your opinion on stuff or talk about things that are sensitive. And I'm like, yeah, because, you know, sometimes that's what they want you to do. It's kind of nice.
And we're not fake here. What do you guys think of the fake beers? Do you like them so far?
They
The
actually really good.
fakies, they're pretty good.
I actually quite like it. It tastes like the actual, I guess, Belgian moon that they're trying to rip off. I think.
If I
here.
was like trying to do a what's it called? No drinking to become sober.
A sober September?
yes.
What's it called when you don't drink? I can't think of it. It's so far from
No,
my mind.
but like not like, you know what I mean?
She
Not,
said one too many fakies.
I just mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it would be great in that sense, but this sounds really bad, but drinking a fake beer is like drinking decaf coffee. You're like, why? I'm not getting anything.
Mariah.
I've done like dry February and stuff to raise like money and stuff, not because I'm like, oh, I gotta do sober.
No.
But it's like I'll have those
I agree,
during it.
but I would rather have like I would just like not buy a fake beer. I would just drink like water or like a vitamin water
Hey.
or tea or something. Like the beer, I'm like, you're almost there.
It's like tricking your brain though. That's what
Yeah.
it is, I think.
oh, that's why people do it, so they can
Yeah,
feel.
like I would if you
Sure.
go and say like you'd like to have a post beer after your run or something. Lots of people do that.
Who is drinking beers after they
Lots
jog
of
in the
people
morning?
Go to a race, a 5K. It's like afterwards, it's like let's get
So-
some beers going.
Is this healthier than a regular beer, or is it pretty
That's
much
what
just
I
the
was
same
wondering.
deal?
Probably way less calories.
What's
'cause
the
there's
cal?
No alcohol in
88.
it.
88.
That's pretty good, actually.
What would one of these be normally? Like 100 more on there, probably. Tapped
least.
on.
Just from liquor in there? Just from alcohol?
Oh, yeah, like a tall can of like a Belgian white. That'd probably be around like 150 for sure.
At least.
150 min.
What? How does the alcohol add so many more calories? Isn't it the beer itself that gives you the calories?
You'd be pretty shocked. Like those Budweisers, those fakey Budweisers, they're like 50 calories a can. Like Budweiser seltzer is like 80 calories.
With us being in the studio, let me just
do a live radio Google. Oh my gosh.
By the way, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I feel like I'm on air right now. I feel less relaxed than I normally do.
I don't really want to drop an F-bomb either, yeah, because we're by the board.
Will this make it to air?
How's that Google coming?
I had to think about how to spell Belgium. So...
How were you about to spell it?
Oh, what?
The more you know.
That's the most clippable soundbite of this entire podcast.
Belgian moon. It says the calories are 255.
Wow.
It's like a loaf of bread.
Yeah, this is 88.
What? Hold on.
She's like, I don't believe it.
Why are there so many more...
While she's doing this, Sam, what's your favorite non-alcoholic beer? This will shock people.
Ooh. You know what? I don't drink a lot of non-alkies.
I like the Heineken Zero. I did a dry February once.
What's that one that comes in the glass bottle, and you can get it at the grocery store? It's got like a silver label on it.
Like a 1554 or something.
Yeah. Because occasionally I'd grab some, like if I was just as like a considerate person. Sometimes there's people at a party who want to like drink something but don't want to, you know.
I'm pretty sure the Heineken ones are like complete, like total zero alcohol percentage. So you could crack those while you're driving.
You could crack this while you're driving.
It's
could
0.5. I don't think you can. Could you?
Could that be considered drinking and driving?
I don't think so.
It's a non-alcohol,
but just because it says that's what the alcohol percentage is,
yeah,
and it doesn't mean that's what's going to show up. I don't think, right?
It says less than 0.5%.
You guys drive. Take one home and crack one on your drive home.
You know what I was thinking about getting?
See how it feels.
I had a few friends who have like the blower things on their keychains. Those are really good.
Okay.
Well, I was just thinking about that. Like, we could test it.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say installed in their cars, and I thought
you were
going to
say too. I was like, oh, good for them. All right.
Nice. No, haven't you seen that before? Where it's like you can buy them on Amazon. They're supposed to be like fairly accurate, but it's like if you were worried, or let's say you were the DD, you had one drink like 2 hours ago, you can blow into it, and it'll show you what you're sitting at.
I've never used one of those, thankfully. So hadn't been in that situation.
You're diving a little deeper into the world of Mariah and Ty with the X After Hours podcast.
So it's back to school this week, I suppose. The kids are going back. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of friends that have kids, and just seeing like different age ranges, there was one commonality between all these kids when they were going to school, one outfit choice commonality. And it made me feel bizarre. Basically, every single kid was wearing a pair of Crocs for their first day back at school. And I thought, holy shit, like I wouldn't have been caught dead in Crocs. When I was in grade 10, I think, that's when I remember Crocs being like launched in West Edmonton Mall. They were like, the Crocs store now open.
They're Lacoste with holes in them.
Pretty much, but they're like rubbery. I'm like, what are you doing? Wearing these as a line cook in the hospital or going to a volleyball match? Like, I can't decipher what they are. Like, and it's just, it just is so fucking weird because all these kids were wearing them. Like these little guys, the small ones going to kindergarten, they had them, and they had little jewels and cute little buttons I think you can put in them.
Probably
and stuff.
Easier for the kids to put on. There's no laces.
What happened to feeling anxious about trying to tie your shoes in front of others?
That was the fucking worst.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got to lay the pressure on these kids.
I remember being a kid, I couldn't even get my gloves on, and I was like, oh shit, I'm going to miss my bus because I can't get my goddamn gloves on.
Just unlocked a fucking core memory that I've been trying to bury.
Oh,
you wore gloves as a kid?
Yeah, man, it was cold as shit.
Or do you ever remember like when you would go out to recess and you had to like gear up again, but if you were slow at getting your gear on to go out to recess, your recess time would be cut down.
Yeah, that
and the
sucked.
teacher would be like, "Hey, get your boots on, put your mitts on." You'd be like,
probably why they got their Crocs. You get crocked and loaded in like 2 seconds, ready to go.
But here's what is funny to me though, is it's like, why though? They're so goofy looking. Like they're not cool
I think they
looking.
look sporty.
Yeah, the duck
Those are
bill,
speed
the
holes,
duck
Mariah.
bill face of them really says aerodynamic.
Listen, I'm talking to all the crocaholics out there. You look like athletes to me.
Well, but that's the other thing you see is like the kids with the Crocs who are wearing them for like sports, like they'll wear them with like socks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
Socks and Crocs.
See,
It's great.
at least socks and Crocs make sense though, because if you go barefoot, it sounds like this.
Yeah, it does. The SpongeBob.
That sounds like
right?
Squidward.
Yeah, that's SpongeBob walking. That's barefoot and Crocs.
See,
for
especially
sure.
if you like, I got sweaty feet.
Oh,
I
nice.
don't like Crocs because it's just like squeaks. That's all it is.
I can't say that I've owned a pair before, but I did see these platform sandals that were made by Croc, and I was like, holy shit, might have to get myself a pair of
You
those.
should. You can be like, let's crock and roll and get out the door.
Where's your Crocs?
I don't think they make them in my size.
They do. Crocs are for
They
everybody.
have Crocs in size 13 and a half.
Oh, yeah, they
Mariah.
do.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
What do
they
they
do.
look like? They probably
Look like boats.
They look like a pasta strainer. That's what it is. I was like, oh, why are you wearing those pasta strainers?
Are
on
you
your
really size
feet?
13? Are you bullshitting for the
13 and a
camera?
half.
Really?
No joke.
Is this like the I'm 6'5", but really
Yep,
I'm like
they got
6'3" and a
I
half?
got him? Good, I
They
can-
range from varying prices, $26 all the way up to $59.99.
That's affordability right there. Now I see it. One, you get awesome footwear. Two, if you don't want to wear them, you could definitely use them to strain some of your pasta, like
You don't-
tortellini for sure.
Ew, yeah, toe sweat and
No, you're not
tortellini.
gonna wear your Crocs and then use them. Jeez.
They have how do you feel about this? They don't have any of the cool colors or designs for the old size 13s. It's like if you have big boobs and you're like, oh, bra shopping, what do they have? Black and white. They don't have anything cool.
That's right. I have to make my own.
Pink, fuck you.
Yeah,
Not
they're
happening.
like, you get a sports bra. We're here for
I was always upset about that with basketball shoes, you know. All these NBA players I know have massive feet like me, and then they get the cool shoes, and then I go and they're like, you can have the Under Armour originals.
It's because they're sponsored. You can
Yeah.
get some weed Crocs.
That's how I feel about jean shopping because I'm
If we Crocs.
you might not be able to see my legs on this podcast, but I'm a fairly short fella.
No, you're not.
Wow.
What are your
5'9"?
jeans online? That's what I do.
Well, I know, but they don't make 3430s in like actually nice types of jeans. They only make them in like straights.
You're making it sound like you're 5'2". You're
No,
like,
but
pretty
I got
young.
short
You're like,
legs.
what did you say?
my,
Your-
my
your
girlfriend
waist is
who's
what?
my girlfriend who's 5 foot, like 5 foot on the dot,
Yeah.
has bigger legs than I do. Her inseam is taller than mine.
Most women do though. Most women
What-
have longer legs, right?
What
Like,
is your waist and leg size again? Sorry.
3430.
34-30. You made it sound like you were like, yeah, I'm a 36-25. I can't find anything. I keep going on dwarfpants.com.
I'm like when-
fantasy dwarf.
I'm like when you make your me really short and really
Yeah,
fat.
it
you know,
doesn't make. That's not you.
That's my
not
body
you
dimension.
At all. I think that's body dysmorphia.
That's
is what that
100%
fucking
what
is.
that
yeah,
is.
he's like, oh, I can't find jeans. I swear. I'm like, let's go to Mark's Work Warehouse.
Like, hey,
We'll get you a pair.
they have some nice stuff at
yeah,
Mark's.
they have great stuff.
I'm
at
very on the
Mark's.
Crocs now. I think we should all order a pair. You know, once we hit the 50th anniversary episode of X After Hours.
I hope we're doing this in 50 years.
50 years of this.
I'm at 50 episodes. I don't think I could do this for 5 years with you guys and be like, that's it.
Well, we'll crock out, I guess, if you get them.
Okay.
And now it's time for Mariah and Ty's Hall of Fame.
Mariah and Ty's Hall of Fame.
Sam, I think we have the results. I have them up on the computer right now.
Really?
This is incredible because
Yeah.
usually I have to pull it up on my
We
phone.
tied on the Twitter poll,
Wow.
and then I believe on Spotify. I can pull it up right now. This is riveting stuff.
What did we have?
Twigs
Twigs?
Craft Pretzels won.
It beat out
Twigs?
Baldur's Gate 3
Twigs
and
wins.
BioSteel drinks.
BioSteel got 0 votes in the Spotify poll.
Wow. No
Not a
love.
for BioSteel.
No love for
They're
Connor
Gatorade
McDavid, Connor Bedard, and
They're
apparently
Gatorade or
Sam
Prime
Phelps.
people.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Did Prime get in?
Wait,
I think No, they didn't. Prime never
Okay.
got in.
I need to go get my product.
All right, and now it's time for Mariah and Ty's review of the week.
It's time for Mariah and Ty's review of the week.
Look at this small little platter of snacks.
Is that what you're reviewing? Your girl dinner.
Yeah.
You ate some at work today.
Well, I got hungry. I made a bigger spread, and then I thought, fuck it. I don't need to share with you guys all that much. I did want to share with you, though. I do have... This is...
Are you pulling off dog hair from the thing while you're like stalling for time? You're like,
come get some.
There's pickles here.
No, it just
couple
came off my
hairs.
hoodie just now. It's fine.
Sure, yeah.
So essentially, I got a shrimp here. Did you get it in the visual before you started flubbing it up? Do you want a cocktail sauce? You don't want a cheese or cracker?
Just do straight meat. Sam just
Wow.
ate straight meat on the pod.
Didn't even put any cocktail sauce. You can make yourself.
Fun fact: I don't like cocktail sauce.
Wait, let me go
What?
around. This is a good one. I got Chez. I got some bell pepper. I have the pita baked chips, shrimps, and a little bit of Genoa salami.
And a little bit of nice husky dog hair on there. Eh?
No. It was very minimal.
Wow. And what do you think about girl dinner? Can you explain it a little more?
Girl dinner is when you've cooked for everybody else and you said, fuck it, I'm going to prioritize myself last and have a snack dinner, but you kind of hate and love it. It's a love-hate relationship. You're tired and you don't want to cook for yourself, but this ultimately is the best meal. I will live off of this for the next month while Mr. Bunce is away working. It usually is comprised of meats, cheeses, pickled things, snacks. I love it.
Ty, what's your favorite girl dinner? You ever done girl dinner?
Yeah, I've done girl dinner.
Yeah.
I love
Usually it's
girl
like
dinner.
cheese with crackers, some sliced up pickles, some meats. This is my girlfriend texts me right now during the podcast, been like, making girl dinner tonight. What do you think?
I had no pickles. I was upset. I ate them for my previous girl dinner last week.
Yeah, but the thing you're missing is like the thing of wine.
I know.
Oh.
No. She subbed it with non-alcoholic beer.
I would
Yum.
say every time I've had girl dinner, there's been wine with it.
Yep.
Well, you brought us the fakies, so you really let us down.
We've never done wine on the podcast.
I know. They're pretty good.
I feel like we did do wine one time.
No, Mariah
No.
drank wine after a party once, but
Right.
yeah, I like a girl dinner. You've never made one, Sam?
No, I'm the opposite. I usually go with like a massive boy dinner that's
What, you feel like a hungry man?
You're like, I have a steak
no.
every night.
My favorite is I will bring home, like if I'm super lazy, I don't want to do anything. I will bring home a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store
Oh yeah, that's a boy dinner.
and eat that in the sink. Like I'll eat it so that I don't get things on the counter. I don't get like
Why don't you
grease.
shave it off of the chicken?
Right, you've never eaten chicken from a sink?
Like you just
You
you,
haven't
you
lived.
pull the pieces off the chicken and then you eat the skin
You
and
gotta-
stuff. It's
you
great.
gotta-
Eat it
eat
in
your
the same
chicken in a
bucket it
sink.
came in. Don't even dirty a plate.
Yeah.
Can you guys imagine that I have a girlfriend, including a description like that I'll just eat chicken out of the sink? I love it though. It's so good. And then maybe you get like a little bit of like bread later and like make like a chicken sandwich with a little mayo. Oh,
What is it called when you don't have dinner and you just have 2 bottles of wine?
That's girl dessert.
That's girl dessert. I've had girl dessert before as well. I gotta say that's also very good.
It's a good night.
It's a good night. You know, usually you're in a perplexed mood when you're
pretty
having
dark
girl
place.
dessert. Not always a dark place. Sometimes
You're
just
celebrating alone. It's
have some
alone.
alone time, and you say you want to have a couple glasses of wine, and that first bottle goes away way too quick.
oh my god.
So you bust out the second. The thing is, though, with girl dessert, if you have that third bottle of wine, get ready for the next morning. You're not going to be okay. 2 bottles, you're still going to be like upset, but you'll live. You can get through the day. 3, no way.
What's girl breakfast after 3 bottles of wine?
Mimosas.
After 3 bottles of wine, it's water and like more sleep. That's
Tylenol.
That's what that is. I've only done that one time, but yeah, I'd love some girl dessert after this. What do you give girl dinner? 10 out of 10? You put your hands up like this. Everyone's watching the video.
10 chickens in the sink out of 10.
Yeah. Okay, that's your review of the week. Do you want to know what mine is? I got pictures for you. I want to tell you about Ty's little trip. Okay.
First it was Drumheller.
No,
now
no. This is called Ty Goes to the Calgary Stampeders. Because a lovely listener, Brian, gave me tickets to go to the game. And me and my girlfriend were going to go. And then she got a pretty bad migraine, I'd say. And did not want to go last minute, and I said, you know what, that's fair. It's pretty crummy weather out.
Yeah.
You got a bad migraine. I'd love to skip too, but I took these tickets from a listener, so I'm just gonna go and check it out. So I went to the Calgary Stampeders
yourself?
game by myself because I wasn't sure how long I'd stay.
Why didn't you call like either one of us?
I just didn't know how long. It was like an hour to go. Like I was about to leave.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was
and
still
I just
on air.
I let her make that call. I was like, you know what? If you don't want to go, I'm not gonna drag you out there. It was cold out, and I was like, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go check it out. I'll be home in a little bit. I stayed for like the 3/4 of it.
Yeah, you enjoyed it? Yeah.
Well, the first quarter I sat there and watched it. I'm at the Stampeders game alone, not wearing any CFL gear at all. Shocked about how different the stadium size is compared to Commonwealth and IG Field in Winnipeg there. But I did kind of enjoy myself. I was like, well, if I'm going to be here, like I'm going to go get a hot dog, have a soda with it.
Like
and then
Lizzie?
second quarter, I was like, maybe I'll get some popcorn. I'm not itching to get out of here just
Oh,
yet.
great snacks
I
there.
will say, like the way they do their what's it called?
Did you get a Caesar? They have good Caesars.
I didn't drink. I was like, I'm not going to drink.
You had a fakie. You had a fakie.
I didn't even get a fakie, but they do have like a Caesar place there, which is crazy. Like every Calgary
Caesarville?
area, yeah, there's Caesars, and I was like, oh my god, the presentation was very good for the CFL. I was quite impressed.
They're very like friendly there too. I feel like customer service at like CFL games, whether it be the Elks or the Stamps, that people are just happy serving you drinks and stuff. They're very nice.
And like the whole second quarter, I just walked around the stadium because I was curious as to like what it was like.
So it really was your little trip.
It was my little trip. I'm walking around and I'm like, okay, so you can't go all the way around the arena. All right. I'm like, okay, how many seats are there? Like I'm looking at how high the stands go. I was doing all this and I was looking at the pyro going off and I was like, wow, a lot of effort went in here. And then listener Brian was texting me about like a nice catch and I was like, oh yeah, I guess that did happen. Like I'm so bad for that. Like I was just sitting there looking at other things while I was just like eating popcorn by myself.
Whatever. Sometimes when you go by yourself to things like that, there's no pressure to like, you can just do what you want.
I wasn't like too worried about it because I know if it was like I would do that regardless with something if I really wanted to go. Like I'm sure you've gone to a hockey game alone.
Oh, tons.
Yeah.
Movies, whatever.
Like if I wanted to go to a basketball game or something in town and no one wanted to go, I would just go. And then I thought, Brian was really nice. Send me the tickets. I'm going to check out the seats. Great seats.
Yeah.
I took some photos for you
Yeah.
for the podcast. But yeah, a lovely time. A lovely, lovely time.
Did you like all the concrete?
It was, but Sam, here's the thing. Going from Commonwealth Stadium to this, it was like
They're pretty similar.
the Commonwealth just felt a little older, but man, is that place bigger. Like Commonwealth is huge. And then I've gone to the one in Winnipeg, and like that is probably the creme de la creme of
Yeah,
CFL stadiums.
Nice. It's
like
nice.
brand new.
It's actually got a
It
concourse.
was crazy. So I did like it, though. I liked the amount of food they had available.
Nice.
That's like a huge thing I judge a place on the concessions.
Mosaic Stadium in Regina there, like where the Rough Riders play. It's really nice too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a solo trip to the CFL, and the Stampeders won. So
Nice.
it was fun, and the parking was very easy to find. I will
He's trying
say,
to get an endorsement
when
from
you
the
go to
Calgary
the Elks,
Stampeders.
you can't really find parking, but
That's right.
Calgary Stampeders sponsor this man.
What do you got,
Sure.
Sam?
Yeah.
Or what do you give it your experience? Sorry.
I'll give it a 8.5 out of 10. The weather was not amazing, and I was a little cold. Should have worn some mittens.
All right. We're going to continue with the food theme. So stoked. I got handful mixed nuts. They're sweet chili flavor
Ooh.
because I've been trying to diet a little bit, but I didn't just want to eat like regular almonds.
Yeah.
These are flavored. They're more expensive, but they taste better. And they're great.
Almonds are good for a diet, man. It's a good pick.
A lot of protein. Oh,
Yeah. How many of these bags have you torn through yet?
sorry, I took more than one.
3.
Oh,
Three?
hey, these are cool. These are cashews.
Oh, I thought you were saying almonds.
Oh, these are delicious. How much is that?
Interesting.
They're like
Oh.
$5 a bag.
I'd buy that. You know what's? You could probably make those.
I probably could, but we talked about my cooking skills earlier today, Mariah. They're not good. So I'm better to buy it than burn my kitchen down.
Sam, you could try it. Come on.
No, but I love these because put them in a little like little bag, little baggie. Bring them for like nice little like kind of side for your lunch.
They're very spicy. I think
like it.
those would be really good in a salad as a salad topper.
That would be a great salad topper. Hot shit. Holy hell. That's a great.
It's good, right?
Yeah, man. I love some good salted nuts.
And we used
Why'd
to get
you raise your eyebrows at me when I said that? I like almonds.
I used to get like the tubs of just the mixed nuts from like Costco. But I found I would eat the bag, like eat the entire thing of it in like a week, which is not good for you.
I think there's a lot of salt. If you get like sans salt, you're probably a little bit better off. But those are really good.
Even then, like most nuts have a lot of like fat content that you don't really think about. So
I will say I'm always telling my girlfriend, because she likes to buy a lot of junk food. I'm always like, I like to snack, but like I usually eat healthier snacks. I try to. And she was like, yeah, all right. And she doesn't know any better. She's got a great metabolism. She comes home and she's like, yeah, I got you some healthy snacks. And it was like a tub of like caramel peanuts of some sort. And I looked at it, toffee peanuts. They were delicious, but they were not healthy for you at all. I was reading the back and I was like, woo!
She's guilty because she's like the fittest person in the world. It doesn't affect her. So,
yeah.
Well, I think she's got the same thing your boyfriend has.
Hypoglycemia?
Yes, 100%. Where if she hasn't eaten, I'm in trouble. It's scary.
Yeah, I know. It's like a very serious medical condition. I didn't take him seriously until one time he passed out on me. And I was like, oh, you're not messing around.
You're like, wake up. Come on.
Wait, that's a real medical condition?
Yeah,
What?
I felt really bad. I was like, we all get fucking hangry. And then he's like, no.
You're just being a hangry bitch.
Yeah, and he's like, no, this is bad. I could die.
Sam, what do you give those nuts?
Oh, I'm giving 9 sweet chilies out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Could just be a
Nice.
little cheaper, but other than that, love it.
Book Talk chilies.
Oh, we're not
Spicy
getting into
chilies.
book talk chilies.
The beer, the non-alcoholic beer, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Pretty solid non-alcoholic fakey.
Yeah. Sure. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Tastes pretty damn close to the actual thing. Out of like, I've had a lot of fakies where you're like, this tastes a little off. Like, that's pretty damn close.
Yeah. And honestly, it's got a little bit less like beer taste. Like it almost tastes a little lighter. I like it. Especially if you were like working in the backyard.
They would say working out. I was like, hell yeah, let's
Crush
go.
one of those.
Pump in and then just
Oh, yeah.
Well, make
it's
sure
good.
you vote in the Spotify and Twitter poll. You can rate us on Apple Music. You would know. Can you rate on Apple Music, Mariah?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Okay,
By
cool.
our podcast pops up in some weird places. I know we've kind of touched on this off the show, but just random podcast platforms I've never heard of in my entire life, ever.
Well,
Well, next week we should be back in our usual spot and drinking Realies. Is that what they call them? Realies?
boozies.
Boozies.
Next week, 3 bottles of wine.
Okay.
You've been listening to X After Hours podcast with Mariah and Ty.
You want more? Then tune into X Afternoons with these two live on Calgary's alternative X92.9 Monday through Friday 2 to 7 p.m. Mountain Time at x929.ca.
And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and have the new episode of X After Hours downloaded weekly to whatever device you use.